listening to the Growth Strategies for Jewelers podcast.
Hey guys, it is Tim Holland from Deep Earth. If you're listening on the podcast on our YouTube, welcome. I'm very excited to be giving this talk today. We today are going to be talking about the Deep Earth follow-up process and furthermore just how you guys should be following up with leads, whether they are coming from Facebook, from Instagram, from Google My Business, or from your website contact form. And so if you do have the visuals, I wanted to start with just a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of information. So this study is from the Harvard Business Review, relatively intellectual people over there, and basically goes through about 100,000 call attempts with 15,000 unique leads. They did this research a while back as far as just kind of following up with internet leads, what that looks like, and I wanted to show you some results. You can kind of dig into this on your own if you do have the visuals. However, the important thing to realize here on the right side of my screen, and I'll kind of talk you through it if you don't have the visuals, is basically the speed to lead, response time. So for all the leads that were collected through means of a form online, something like that, they found that after 5 minutes, okay, I'm speaking slowly because it even blows my mind here, you decrease your odds of qualifying that lead 400% after 5 minutes of waiting to contact them once they reach out. This is something we drill into our partners' kind of strategies and something that we do ourselves. Another thing that's really important to realize here is that the average amount of time it takes to actually contact someone is, you can see it here, about 6. So on average it takes 6 attempts to actually contact a lead from an online source. The reason this is important is because I don't know about your store, but a majority of our partners and a majority of what we hear is that basically salespeople give up after 2, 3, maybe 4 times of reaching out to a lead. They're not even hitting the average, and so they're missing a massive chunk, maybe 60, 75% of leads that they could be connecting with, potential customers that they could actually be contacting, scheduling for appointments. They're just letting them fall away because they think, oh, I've contacted them twice, I've contacted them 3 times, they must not be interested. When really, and we all know this from our own experience, that's just not the way it goes. Like, you know, you've tried to reach out to somebody a couple times that you needed to talk to, or somebody's tried to reach out to you that needed to talk to you, and it's taken you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times to actually pick up the phone and have a conversation with them. So this is just some really, really valuable data that we've kind of built our follow-up system off of. A couple more things to go through. The real questions we want to ask here are, how many of your leads are getting cold due to improper follow-up techniques? So you can answer that for yourself. Another one, are you following up within 5 minutes of a lead coming in? And then are you following up 6 to 10 times at a minimum in order to get in touch with potential leads? If you or your staff is not doing this, this is a massive opportunity to connect with more potential customers. So this is kind of a snapshot of what our lead follow-up process looks like. We actually follow up with leads through our team on behalf of jewelers, and so when we set up lead ads and generate leads through Facebook, we'll actually set up our software to follow up with them within 5 minutes, follow up with them repeatedly. So I want to kind of walk you through what that looks like, kind of a standard operating procedure, if you will, an SOP. So step 1, obviously follow up with all Facebook lead ads, Google lead ads, website, form submissions, all of those leads with a phone call within 5 minutes of the lead form being submitted. If the lead does not answer, we will leave a voicemail. Immediately afterwards, we will send a text. We will continue to follow up with this lead a total of 10 times, or until the lead A, books an appointment, or B, communicates they're not interested directly with us. The lead will be entered into a lead sheet that will be given to the partner sales team, so the stores team, where they can take notes and we can take notes on leads as we connect with them. And then when we book a lead for an in-person appointment, we will send the team at the store an email that has all the information we've gathered on the lead, as well as a time and date that they booked their appointment. And then last, we'll create a task in our calendar for 2 hours before the appointment, which statistically is the time that leads are most likely to cancel, change plans, decide they're not coming, or a day before the appointment if the appointment is early in the morning, to call, text, and confirm the appointment. And so if your sales team is not doing this, they need to start. So again, I wanted to talk about the ways to follow up with the leads. So you should build out your lead ads to where they are opting in to be willing to receive texts. The reason is because there's a little bit of data here on text versus email. Here's the link for the data there. But the open rates for email open rates are about 20%, whereas SMS, so text message open rates, are about 98%. So it's really a no-brainer as to what medium we're going to pursue when trying to actually connect with a lead. And if a lead has filled out a form on your Facebook that expressly shows interest in a specific product or in, scheduling consultations, something like that, we definitely want to connect with them via text or phone call to actually get them scheduled and get them in the store. So here's what that text might look like. We want to say, hey, name. And again, this is coming right after you would call initially. So let's say they don't pick up the phone, you leave a voicemail, and then here's what that text script would look like. So it would say, hey, name, John, for instance. That was me who just called. It's Tim from ABC Jewelers. I saw you were interested in whatever they were interested in, an engagement ring. And I was just reaching out to see if I could help schedule a time for you to stop by and see us. If they had expressly filled out a form that said, schedule me for a consultation, this text could say at the end, to see if I could help schedule your consultation that you requested. You always want to be putting kind of the onus back on them and say, hey, I was just here to help you with your appointment that you scheduled or you wanted to schedule. And so that's really the structure of how to set things up. This is going to be really, really important if you don't have this nailed down, and if you don't have the framework or the bandwidth for it. That's why we basically offer services internally for our partners. And so make sure you get follow-up right. It's extremely important. Getting leads is maybe half the battle, but you still have a big mountain to climb, which is connecting with them, booking them. They'll miss their appointments, rescheduling them. All of that jazz is really, really important. Hope this video helped, and please reach out to us with any questions you have. Thanks so much.